Morning. All right, let's go ahead and share the risk disclosure. Okay, we'll just wait a couple minutes here for folks to join us, and we'll get started. In the meantime, we do have the risk disclosure up. You can review that as before we get started. Good morning, DCAT. DCAT, did you receive the? I'm just curious if you received the notifications. Frizu, did you receive the notification when I go live? Huh, interesting. Again, I'd have to double confirm, but I believe there is some option on YouTube when you just subscribe to be notified when I do come live. So, Frizu, did you receive the notification? I'm just kind of curious here, guys, because okay, excellent, Savage. Thank you. All right. Yeah, so DCAT, I think there is some sort of option. I can't remember. Maybe it's a star button or something. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you click on the bell, then that should notify you. I'm assuming with some sort of email or some. I'd actually probably need to kind of review that process a little bit. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Frizu, how do you receive that notification? Do you receive an email? Do you receive a how do you get notified? All right, well, while we wait. Yeah, it's a YouTube notification. Okay, so you get some notification in YouTube. Gotcha. All right. Okay, so as I mentioned, guys, I do have the risk disclosure up. Again, just to remind everyone here that I'm, here to provide as the market trader general information on the market. None of the information that I'm providing is intended as investment advice. We all understand that future trading does contain a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor, and that an investor could potentially lose all their investment capital. Okay. Only risk capital money that you can otherwise afford to lose without compromising your lifestyle should be used for trading. And you should also have sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to offer, buy, sell futures, options, or Forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So now that we got the risk disclosure out of the way, guys, I'm going to go ahead and open up the news portal, Financial Juice. Okay. So you can see here the items in red are the items of particular attention. The good thing is that most, if not, well, except for one, has already been reported. Okay. So we came in above all. Well, let's see. It looks like the numbers here are all on the wrong side. Okay, that potentially could be contributing to some of what we're seeing on the markets. We still have the factory order report coming in at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and then we also have at 10 a.m. Eastern time the option expiration, European option expiration, which could also have an impact on the market. And then we have a couple of Feds speaking here at noon. Barkin and Goolsby. Okay, they're speaking again. Anytime anybody from the Feds speak, they always have a potential of impacting the markets here. So, okay. So yeah, now we have a, kind of an idea of the news. There's really, I mean, again, most of the news has already been out. We only have a couple of items here, 10 a.m. and noon, that could potentially have an impact on us. Okay. So, uh, yeah, barkin be barkin, correct. All right. Okay. You also get a notification too. Yes. So DCAT, I do send also a notification via Twitter, or I should say, formerly known as Twitter, today known as X. So I'm gonna have a hard time getting used to that name. So that's another way of getting notified. I'm just wanting to make sure that when I do go live, that you guys get notified, because there might be in the future, guys. Just want to let you know that there might be some impromptu kind of live session that I do on a trade if I see a good opportunity and I think it's an educational, kind of thing that would be um then that's, again, I want to make sure that I have an ability to reach you guys. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start to review the markets here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, not start with ES. Okay. We're going to start with the market that's currently open. Okay. Notice there's a fair number of markets I try to review on a single screen. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and open up the gold market. I'm going to remove a bunch of lines here because I knew for me that that could be a little bit daunting when it comes to kind of reviewing and understanding what the market is trying to do. Okay, so let's start with a daily. Okay, and then basically we're just asking ourselves a question: what is the market trying to accomplish? Okay, what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, the market is trying to head higher in the gold. All right, you can see here it head higher. If you look at if you review to the left hand side, we've been in this kind of consolidation range of late, but we're knocking on the door of the highs here. Okay, so we either are looking to continue this range, and maybe there's another leg, okay, another leg down before we continue higher. But something of note here is, there's been quite a bit of separation from, the time where we got this area in the past, right? So we, had a little bit of a pullback. We rallied, pulled back, and then there's, a bit of time here. But we pulled back this time, and didn't take us long to make up that same time that it took us to make up in these prior swings. So maybe this is a swing that's going to is going to cause gold to break out of this range. Okay, I'm just kind of I guess reading into a bit the fact that we're already back at this level in a much shorter period of time than it took us prior. Okay. So again, I don't know if that's, again, an indication that we are going to get another swing down, or is this going to be the swing that causes the market to break to new highs? Okay. All right. In any case, we know that we are in a market that is a bit bullish. Okay. Looking at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, telling us the same. Sorry, excuse me, got a little frog in my throat. So we have a series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay, you can see we've made some higher highs and higher lows, and we are developing somewhat of a bullish candle here. So higher highs, higher lows. We're developing somewhat of bullish candle. Again, if I had my choice, obviously I would like to have a candle that did not have wicks on both ends of it. That obviously indicates that there's a little bit of indecision at this level at 25.20. Okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We have a developing bullish engulfing. Okay, we have the we've already kind of looks like these ranges are a little bit wider. Okay, maybe the result of some of the news that we received today has caused this. But the if you guys recall my sessions, with respect to understanding the type of market that we're in, when we have initial balance ranges that are a little bit wider than what we've had in the past, or recent past, I should say, then maybe there's an expectation that we should, there's a higher likelihood that maybe we stay in a range, okay, rather than break to new levels, okay. So that's kind of an implication of the implication of a wider initial balance range, okay. So let's go ahead and capture our levels here, okay. So I'm going to go to copy paste this in here, okay. So these are the levels that we're going to be looking at. These are the levels that we're going to be looking for targets. These are the levels that we're going to be looking for potential entries, assuming we get the correct price action. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile for Thursday. Okay. And let's see here. This is the start, 8:30 candle. We're going to drag that across to the 4:30 candle. So here we are. Okay, we had a relatively, I would say, kind of a tight initial not value area yesterday. Okay, we are above it overnight. Overnight trading did take this market higher. Okay, we had a little bit of a pullback. It pulled back into what looks like this. Was this? This is a 169 EMA. Okay, 169 day EMA, I believe, and then also came back to VWAP, and it rallied away from it. Okay, at the open of the market. Now, again, this could be this whole bar is probably news driven. All right, so the news wasn't, I guess was favorable to the gold members, and they decided to kind of add to their position here. Now, it also rallied off a very off of a psychological level here as well. So let's double check some of these numbers here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and extend these lines. All right, I'm going to extend this line. 2498 is value area high. Okay, there it is. And then we're going to check value area low here. Okay, 2487, and that checks out. The numbers that I'm going to be looking at here in particular are the ASR. Okay, so ASR 25, 2240. Okay, 2497 low. Okay, so these are all checking out as correct here. Okay, all right. So what to make of this market? What is it that we should be looking for? Okay, well, again, given our review of the higher time frame, given our review of what we see as far as value, we should be looking for some opportunities to the upside. Now, I'm going to pay particular attention to IB high and IB low because of the fact that we are in kind of this wider initial balance range. IB low and IB high are going to carry a bit more in the way of importance for me today. Okay, IB high and IB low, right? So if we do pull back, okay, well, if we do pull back to 2,500, that's going to be an important level for me. Okay, the likelihood of that, maybe is not as high, but we can certainly pull back to 2511, 2513. Okay, that was prior resistance. Now potentially is going to become supportive. Okay, so rather than necessarily putting in a buy at this level, if I'm bullish on the market, let's focus our attention in an area where we had maybe a break of prior resistance. Prior resistance becomes supportive as we move higher. So 2513 looks like a logical area for me to look for potential continuation move to the upside. Okay, so I'm also going to go ahead, and since it's the open of the market, I like to start off my little anchor VWAP. Okay, this is the first bar, but later in the session it may offer me something again to the bullish side. Okay, now if you are looking for maybe a counter trend trade, we are currently at a level 25, 22, 4. Okay, that could offer a reversal in price. But my expectations on that are going to be a bit muted, right? Because we are in a market that's headed higher, right? Right. So we can't expect, a huge sell off from this area. Okay. If we're going to entertain a bearish trade, we're looking to entertain a bearish trade, on something like, okay, well, price maybe it'll come back to VWAP, or price will come back to this prior resistance level. That's the kind of trade that we should be looking for if we're thinking bearish. Okay. Otherwise, we should be looking for opportunities that are aligned with the market structure, and the market structure on the daily, on the 4 hour, on the 30-minute are all to the upside. Okay. We don't want to necessarily overcomplicate this. Now, the problem is that we are at all-time high, not all-time highs, but pretty close to it, right? And it's difficult to buy at the top, right? We don't necessarily want to buy at a premium. We want to wait to see if we get some sort of pullback to a level where we can manage our risk, and also expect a bounce of some sort. Okay. All right, so that's kind of what I have for the gold market. I'm kind of taking a peek to see if there's anybody have any questions on the levels, or I guess hypos that we've talked about right now. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and draw this as a line here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw this line right here. Okay, not in red. Okay, but this area here is going to be an opportunity for potential continuation trade to the upside. This was prior resistance. Prior resistance will become supportive, and the idea is if we come back here, that's going to be an area where I'd like to participate in this move. Okay, so that's going to be an area I'm going to be stalking. Right now, I feel like I need to be short on the market, but I'm not really keen on that right now. Even though it is at a level that I would expect, mainly because we have such strong market structure to the upside. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay, crude oil market. We're going to go ahead and look at that here a little bit. I'm just going to shrink this down here a little bit. Doing some experimentation with ADX, guys, to kind of support me in understanding the level of momentum a trade may have. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the daily chart. Okay, and ask ourselves a question: what is the market trying to accomplish? Okay, so let's go ahead and remove these drawings. Okay. All right. So what is the market trying to accomplish here? Well, we have two consecutive candles that are selling off here. Okay, two consecutive candles that are selling off and otherwise structured to the downside. So from the daily chart, it appears that crude oil is looking to lower prices, which I'm happy about, because that translates into paying less at the pump. Okay, so on the daily chart, looks like we are looking to head lower. 4-hour chart, we've kind of created a little bit of a staircase. We are challenging the lows here at 74.69. Okay, so that's again still creating that structure to the downside. 30-minute chart. Okay, we are already below some of our levels here. Okay, we have ASR up, we have settlement price up. Let's go ahead and capture the rest of these levels here. All right, so here are our levels. Okay, we'll just kind of make them available here somewhere, get them somewhat out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and draw in our fixed range volume profile. We're going to locate the 9 a.m. bar from Thursday. There it is. Drag that across to the 1330 bar. There it is. Okay, we're going to spot check some of these numbers, and then we'll talk hypos. Okay, so we have this number here, value area high is coming in at 77.52. I have value area high at 77.49. That's close enough. We got value area low here at 76.22. That did change. Value area low 76.74. That should be 22. Okay. All right. And then point of control here 77.52. Okay. Actually 77.12. Sorry, I was reading a different number. 77.12 or 77.11. That's within tolerances. Okay, so we're good there. So the only other number that I really want to check is average session range and average daily ranges. Okay, so 77.72 is the top side. 76.06, which we're already below, is on the bottom side. We'll take a quick peek at ADR, but I suspect we're below that as well. So we're on the low side, 75.81. Okay, is low, and on the 77.85. Okay, which we're in line with what I have described. Okay. So let's turn one of these off. Okay, I'm going to go. I like focusing on the session once I'm in the session. All right. So what to make of this market? Well, again, kind of counter to what we're seeing in the gold market. Looks like crude oil wants to head lower. Okay, if crude oil wants to head lower, should we be fighting it? I say no. Okay, we shouldn't. Right? We should be looking for opportunities to participate in this market to the downside. Okay. So I'm going to wait for, we have volume delta. Okay. Volume delta is indicating that we have a fair amount of selling pressure in the market. We are getting some, some buying activity, but the buying activity should only, cause us to think that maybe we come back maybe to the bottom end of this, because we're already down at 74.65. That's a fair amount of movement there, but we should be looking at VWAP, or we should be looking at anchor VWAP once I establish it for opportunities to the downside. Okay, I'm trying to locate here maybe a logical level for an anchor VWAP. Let's use the point of control here. All right, so point of control also is giving us an area of anchored. So as long as price stays below this anchored VWAP and below this daily VWAP, I have to think that we're headed lower in crude. Okay. We have settlement price. We still are a few minutes away from the open for the initial balance. So I'm going to be keen in looking and watching the initial balance range and looking for an opportunity or a reference level that will allow me to participate to the short side and allows me to manage my risk. Okay, so this is very much. I'm not seeing, anything. We've already exceeded 4-hour demand. I need to go back and see if there's another 4-hour demand available for me as a reference. Okay, we've already exceeded that. We've already exceeded ASR low, exceeded settlement price, below VWAP. A lot of things here indicating lower prices. EMA 233. Look at the nice reversal we got off of EMA to the downside in the middle during London. Okay, so a lot of sellers in this market right now. Okay, now does that mean that maybe a little bit of a rally? Yeah, it could. But my expectation on the rally is that it's going to be met with sellers at some point, either at ASR low, either at volume weighted average price, either on the anchor variety or the daily variety. Okay. All right. So coming into the market, my bias is bearish, but I also understand that there's a fair amount of sellers in the market. So I'm going to be looking for some sort of rally. Okay. Some sort of rally, some sort of strength that I can not so much buy, but look to fade or sell. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on the crude oil market. Looking to see if there's any questions. I see no, I don't see any questions. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the NASDAQ. Okay, we're going to move on to the NASDAQ. And the first thing that I'm going to, check in on here, because they are updating some levels here, make sure I've captured correctly the average session range and the average Yeah, bear with me, guys. Here, I'm just making a couple of updates on the spreadsheet here. Okay. Okay, so what I'm missing is average session range low here. 577. Okay, so 18,577. That's average session range low. Okay. All right. So let's start with I had to make a couple of updates here, guys, on my spreadsheet. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the daily. Okay. Daily. Okay. We're going to go ahead and remove drawings here. And again, ask ourselves a question. What is the market trying to accomplish? Well, the market is trying to accomplish to move lower, right? We're staircasing our way down. Okay. The market. Okay. So if we're going to enter on any side of the market, based on the daily, it should be to the downside. Okay. Now, where can this stop? Well, we've already crossed this level. I think the next level on the horizon is 17,650. All right. I don't see any reason why it would not go there. Assuming that we close below this level, we have a clear path down to this level. Okay. Maybe 18,000 could cause a little bit of a pause. Okay. But yes, the market is kind of, I would say, has firmly moved into more of a bearish tone. Okay. And we should be, as traders, we should be looking to more bearish trades. All right. So for our chart, again, we're making a series of lower lows and lower highs. We had a very strong, sell off here at the open. All right, maybe a result of news, and we haven't really changed. Right, we continue to grind to the downside. Okay. 30-minute chart. Okay, so 30-minute chart. Again, we're below a lot of the things that we look for. I'm going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile here. Fixed range volume profile. We'll go ahead and locate this candle here, 930 candle across to the 430 candle. There we are. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pop in our levels here for the NASDAQ. Okay, we'll put these here on the right, and then we'll just double check, make sure we got them all in order here. All right, we're going to go ahead and look at the value area high, make sure we've captured that number correctly, 19,343. That's close enough. Doing this very quickly here. 18,871 value area low. That's within tolerance. We got point of control here at 18,951. That's a little bit out of tolerance, so we're going to modify 18,951. 75. Okay. Settlement is coming in at 19,505. Okay, that number has changed. That's not 505. Okay. Oh, which number is this? That was correct. 023. That was correct. 023. Okay. All right. So we'll keep that number. Okay. Yeah. So the only other numbers I'm really kind of making sure I have correctly is average session range. So I have 18,920 on the top side, 18,577 to the bottom side. That's captured correctly. So again, similar to the crude oil market, I would say that we need to continue to look for opportunities to the downside. We have a VWAP that's a kind of a reference level for us to support bearish trades in this market. Okay. So we are already at average session range to the downside. We're about 25 minutes away from the market opening. Okay. So this area here could, if we do get a little bit of maybe another candle here, this could generate a little bit of a reversal in price. But I would have to say that, the expectation for that move should be, again, muted, right? Unless we start to break some structure to the upside and we can get maybe a rally back up to 18,920, which again would be an area that I would look to fade. All right. 18,865, 18,920. These are all areas that I would potentially look to fade in this market. If I want to participate in the move to the upside, then I need to start to see some structure being broken to the upside, like VWAP. Okay. I could also take a trade off of ASR low. This is an area that I can potentially manage my risk, but you have to understand, this is really kind of picking the bottom here to some degree, right? I need to see some price structure to indicate, ideally a 3-bar reversal or something, some sort of price action to indicate to me that there is enough resources in the market to cause price to come back up. And also, we also have to, keep in mind that we are in technically bearish, market structure. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else that I should be calling out hypo wise. So if I'm going to look to sell, let me sell in an area where I can manage my risk. Okay. So value area low would be a nice area here. ASR high, another nice area here, would be the areas that I would be patient and waiting for to participate. Again, if I'm looking for some sort of scalp trade, maybe back up to VWAP or maybe back up to value area low, then this could potentially be my area or around this area. Okay. But I do need to see some price action to support my view. All right. Okay. I think that's it for NAS. Let's take a look at the ES. Okay. ES market. All right. So again, same deal. We're going to go ahead and start off with the daily chart. We're going to remove a bunch of drawings here. Okay. And we're going to ask ourselves the question, what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, similar to NASDAQ, should not be any surprise here. They're kind of tied to the hip. This NAS and this ES, we have structure that's looking to go lower. Okay. Now, looking at these levels here, we're at a support level right now. Okay. That should be supportive. It could get as low as 53.12 without much effort here. Okay. Based on these candles, I see 53.12, very much in the horizon for the Dow. All right. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, again, we had that strong candle here on the open based on news, and we have not, stalled, right? We've been kind of grinding to the downside. Okay. 4-hour chart not giving us any indication that we're, looking to, kind of turn this market around. Okay. However, like as I mentioned, we are coming into some daily levels. Okay. We have ADR that is supportive, right? We have a momentum supportive. The ADX line is above 20, all indicating that there's still some momentum to the downside. All right. Let's see. 30-minute chart. Okay. We're going to open up the 30-minute chart. We're going to go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. And then we'll put in some values here. Okay. So drag this across, boom. All right. So again, we have, I'm going to go ahead and add my levels that I'll be looking at here. Okay. Here they are. There's our levels for the day. Okay. So let's see. We're going to double confirm some of them. Okay. We're going to start off with value area high. Okay. Value area high, 55.18, well within tolerance. You like the bottom? Okay, you like the bottom. Okay. 54.46 value area low. That's within tolerance. Okay. You're welcome, Frizu. Okay. And then we have 54.72 point of control. We have settlement already kind of captured here. Okay. We have what is it? Oops. Did not want to do that. Okay. We have settlement at 54.80. Settlement at 54.80, 25. Okay. 54.80, 25. 54.80, 25. Okay. That should be down here somewhere. Okay. Just adjusting some of these numbers here, guys. On my spreadsheet, make sure they're all in. All right. This looks a little bit better. Just updating my spreadsheet here, guys. Apologize. Just want to make sure I got this. Okay, that looks a little better. 18 value area high. I don't need this twice. Okay, one thing I want to capture again is demand here. 350. Okay, that's for our demand. Okay, all right. So what to make again of this market, guys? Like I said, we are at a level now that we could expect maybe a potential bounce. Okay, we're at the extent of our ASR here. We're at ASR low. If we do end up with a kind of a 3-bar reversal here, that could offer a nice opportunity to the upside, maybe back up to VWAP. Okay, that would be a reasonable destination for this trade potential. Okay. But then we have to expect that there's a fair amount of people, that are sellers in this market. So once we get to see some of these areas where maybe is a little bit more seller territory, let's say 54.19, then we have to, potentially quell our desire for a move or continue move to the upside. Okay. So let's see. So that's one hypo. We can use ASR low as an opportunity for a long. Okay. And then, like I said, VWAP would be an area that I would consider for short, as well as ADR high, ADR, I should say, average session high. Okay, could be another area for a potential short. Okay, all right. That's kind of what I have for the major markets. I'm going to take a peek now at the YM. Okay. And then I'll open it up to folks. Maybe if I do have a fair amount of time here, about 15 minutes here. So again, another 3-bar reversal off of ASR low. Okay, this could offer us some opportunity to the upside. But again, I'm a little bit hesitant to really kind of embrace a long here given the price structure. I'm going to wait for this candle to close here, which is going to be in about 3 minutes. Okay, you're welcome, Stumps. You're welcome, San Roman. Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're going to take a look at the Dow. All right, we're going to look at the daily here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shrink this. This is awfully big. All right, this one looks more in line. These aren't current levels, guys. So don't read into this just yet. We have to kind of confirm them. But in any case, what kind of market are we looking at now? This market doesn't look as bearish, although we have received some price structure to the downside of late. This market looks a bit more bullish than This looks like more of a retracement of this swing. But nonetheless, we are kind of in this bearish kind of retracement or pullback kind of structure. We are reacting off what was prior resistant, now becomes support, okay, on the daily. All right, 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, okay, we have, again, come into an area where it could be supportive. We got a little bit of a doji candle developing as we speak. We're down into demand zones. Otherwise, kind of this looks a little bit more bearish than what we were seeing on the daily chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. All right, so 30-minute chart. Again, we are reacting away from this ASR. Okay, so let's capture some of these levels, shall we? Let's see. All right, so we're going to start capturing. We have, let's see, what is this level here? 40,701. And we have, let's see, 40,701 and 40,483. Those are ADR. Those are ADR and ASR highs. Okay. All right. And then we have, as far as ADR lows, we have, let's see, on the ADR low side, we have, what is that? 40,138. 40,138. And 40,000 as our ADR and ASR lows. Okay. All right. We are reacting off of ASR as we speak. All right. So that again could offer us a reference level for participation to the upside. I personally would like to see it close above VWAP before potentially entertain a move like this, because we're already at VWAP. All right. So let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. Let's go ahead and move that back to the 930 bar. We'll drag that across to the 430 bar, and here we are below value. Okay, right, we have a lot of lines for sure, so let's move some of them. Let's move this lump here. So this is value area high, which we kind of reacted off of. Okay, so let's see, value area high. There's not value area high. This is value area low. Apologies. This is value area low at 40,281. Okay. So 40,281 is VAL, value area low. And then we have, what is it? 40,676. 40,676 as value area high. Okay. And then, so what else do we want to capture here? Settlement is 40,000, 40,514. 40,514 is settlement. And let's see, point of control is pretty much where settlement is at. We're going to put settlement and point of control really at the same level. Okay. So this is settlement and point of control. All right. I don't really see a distinction here, maybe off by a tick or two. All right. But that's pretty much what we're seeing as far as levels in this market. Okay. So, given all the sellers in the market, it seems like the market wants to rally a bit, maybe back up to settlement price. That's kind of what I'm seeing here in this market. All right. So, we'll see how this candle closes. We're about 10 minutes away from the opening of the market. So we don't know exactly what kind of initial balance range we're going to receive. But if we do manage to close above VWAP, maybe above this structure, then I think settlement price is definitely in the cards here. Okay. Basically they have a lot of trap sellers right now that they're working against here. Okay. All right. Checking to see if there's any questions. I don't see anything in the way of questions. I'm open to entertain one other market, guys. I know we normally look at RBOB and platinum, but I see a big drop in volume when I go to those markets. So if there's a market that you want me to take a look at, I think I've been through 5 of them now. I've covered all the major ones. We could take a look at RBOB. We could take a look at platinum for those who have some interest in either of those markets. If there's a market that you want me to take a look at, I'm happy to do that. I have about 9 minutes remaining in the session. I don't like going too far into the New York session. So we'll pause here to see if there's one, there's any questions. 2, is there any sort of other market that you would like me to take a look at? Okay, Erwin, you're pretty much ES and gold. Okay, excellent. All right. Well, if you want me to take a look at platinum, reading tiger? All right, we'll take a look at platinum. PL. Let's see. So reading tiger, do you happen to know what contract, what front contract we're trading? Are we trading you? Or are we trading? Otherwise, I'll go with the continuous contract. Yeah. So, Tiger, do you happen to know what whether we're in the August contract, the September contract, or the October contract? I have a feeling that we might be in the October contract, but I'm not sure. All right. Well, we'll just go with the continuous contract. Okay. Let's go ahead and go with the continuous. Okay, so what is this market trying to do? Well, again, looking at the daily chart, okay. All right, similar to what we were seeing. Okay, no worries, reading tiger. Okay, so similar to what we were seeing in gold, okay, we have this kind of consolidation developing in the platinum market. Right now, I don't know. You can see this as kind of like maybe a descending wedge of some sort. Okay. We had a nice 3-bar reversal pattern established here on the daily, and it's looking of late that it's looking to head higher. Now, certainly, if we get above 986.50, that will kind of confirm it a little bit more. All right. So for our chart here, okay, so again, we are seeing a series of higher highs and higher lows, okay, in platinum of late. All right, could indicate that we could be heading higher in this market. All right, 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. Okay, so we've kind of responded off of this ASR low here, which could translate to further prices to the upside in platinum. All right. Target in this case maybe up to 990, but it needs to get above 984. All right, in order for that to kind of fully play out. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. Let's locate the 830 bar and drag that to the 430 bar. Okay, so we are testing higher prices. Okay, we did open, technically we opened inside value, but we immediately moved outside of value. So that means that there are buyers who are interested in taking this market higher. Okay, similar to what we saw in gold, right? So yeah. So let's see. We have ADR. What else do I want to capture here? We got So we're already at ADR, the daily level. Again, if we do manage to get above 984, then we open the door to get up to 989, maybe up as high as 992. All right, in this market. But the first thing that I need to see is that I need to see a break above this area. All right. Just going to go ahead and open up initial balance because initial balance is about to close here in about 5 minutes. Okay. So initial balance range is slightly bigger than what we have seen in the past. So the edges of initial balance are going to carry a little bit more in the way of importance for me. But nonetheless, it looks to me like we're looking for higher prices in the platinum market. Now, again, this 984 level, is there. This is an area where it's had some trouble getting above. Okay, and it could still be an area where we still have trouble to get above. Okay. So we have to be wary of that. So what I'm going to be looking for is a break of initial balance high, and then maybe participate in a pullback back to initial balance high for a move back up to say top of day or top of the range. All right, the average session range in this case. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Sorry, I didn't capture all the levels that I normally capture, but hopefully these things are visible. So we have 993 on the average session range high, 972.7 on the average session range low. And then we have our levels of initial balance at 983 and 975 from high to low respectively. So again, I'm going to be looking for a break above 983. Okay, to look for an opportunity to the bullish side. Okay. Otherwise, 992 and 993 might be an area where I would maybe look to fade back to initial balance high or VWAP or whatever other reference level that generates over the session. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much will put us to the end of the bottom of the hour here. So we'll go ahead and close off the session here. Take a peek to see if there's any remaining questions. Looks like there is not. So we'll we'll encourage you guys that trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro BA market trader. Okay, it's kind of what I'll close you with. Fridays, don't let Fridays be give back Fridays. Okay, if you've had a relatively good week in the market, Fridays are generally capital preservation kind of days. Okay, no need to give back all the winnings that you made over the week on one day. You gave back on Thursday. All right. Yeah, we don't necessarily want that to take place. But in any case, trade Fridays with a little bit more caution. All right. Thank you, Reading Tiger. You do the same. Otherwise, have a good trading session, and I'll catch you guys on Monday. Have an excellent weekend. We'll talk soon.